The oil pressure. I forgot to check the oil pressure.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Shane, Garage of Constant Sorrow. As you can see, I have an oil gauge hooked up to the car now. I went on Marketplace and found this one. A lady was selling it for 15 bucks. It came with the oil, temperature, and voltage gauges. She had it up for 15 bucks. I didn't even haggle with her. It was new in the package, so I was like, you know what, cool, let's do it. So I got it here, got the oil pressure hooked up, and ran the engine, started it up. Was right about 40 psi. Well, as soon as it warmed up, it quickly dropped to 0, or very close to there. I don't actually know how accurate these gauges are. Which brings me to another issue I have with mechanical gauges. So you may or may not know, it has the capillary tube that you hook up from the engine block to the gauge, and oil actually moves inside that tube. Now my issue is it's hydraulic fluid, but there's also air in that line. So I didn't know if you had to bleed the air out or not. And I went online and looked up all kinds of guys hooking up mechanical oil pressure gauges and could not find anybody that even mentioned whether or not you should bleed the air out of there. They just hooked them up and let them go. So I'm like, okay, so that must be the way you do it. So I'm guessing it's fairly accurate. So what I'm gonna do is use this as a time to do a little experiment. So I bought some Lucas oil treatment just to see if that helped, and it gained maybe 2 to 5 psi. No, not even 5. It wasn't 5. It was it wasn't even up there. It was 2 or 3. So that was a fail. And this is going to cost me way more than I care to admit, but I'm going to do it anyway.
In the name of science.
I'm gonna start off like, well, second step will be what was it? Oh, the T4 Shell Rotella 1540. We're gonna try that, see if that works or not. We'll take a measurement on the gauge and see if it helps. If it doesn't do very good like the Lucas, if it's just a couple psi, I'm gonna go up to 2050. Just see if that does anything. You know, just out of curiosity, because I mean, you can look up all kinds of studies and other people's experience, but I want my experience. So if you think I'm stupid for doing this, that's fine, and you can tell me so. I don't care. But I want my own first-hand knowledge of what's going to happen when I do this. So, and ultimately, if the 2050 doesn't give us the numbers we need, then I'm going to, and I was going to pull the engine anyway to reseal it, gaskets and seals. So when I do that, I will replace the oil pump, high pressure, high volume, one of the two. I don't know what the difference is. I'm gonna have to do a little research on that one. But let's see if that ultimately does anything. So hopefully it will, because I really don't want to have to rebuild or replace this engine. I just want to kind of drive it. So, and I'm hoping to take it on the power tour this year. Not the whole thing. I'll probably just drive up to Springfield, Missouri, and go down to Tulsa and then back down here. So that's the plan. I'm gonna show you guys when I start this up where the needle is on startup. Matter of fact, we can do that now. Let's see here. Flip. Hey, I got the right button. All right. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do this. Look at that. That is hilarious. So that's 45 right there. 45. And it drops down to 0. That is so bizarre. And the car, it sounds good. Even when the pressure's showing 0, the engine's not clattering. You know, there's no valve train noise or nothing. So, I don't know. It's just, maybe I need to get a different gauge. But anyway, let's start up. I'm gonna let it warm up and come back and see what it is. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes of idling and it's already dropping like a stone. So, let's see. Well, we'll wait until it gets down to rock bottom so I can show you. Alright, well, it's got down to 10, which is better than it was doing the other day. So, maybe I need to take it for a drive and see what it'll do. But it's about up to temperature. It's about 180 degrees. I just checked the temp at the water neck. I'll let it go just for a little bit longer. Yep, so there it is. That's where it was sitting yesterday, or the other day. But it does come up a little bit when you take off. Let's see if we can take a look here. It does build pressure. I just don't know what's going on at idle. It drops off pretty quick as soon as the RPMs come down. Anyway, that's what's going on. Alright, got the oil changed, and I just wanted to show you something. I've had a little mystery for a while now, and I've just figured it out. So there's always been this little puddle right here. I never could figure it out. I thought it was coming out of the breather cap here, because this is a it's got the holes in the bottom to let air come in or go out. I don't know, but I just realized that this valve cover has a big old chip out of it right there. I can't believe I never saw it before. So I'm pretty sure that's where all that oil is coming from. Anyway, so I've just checked the temperature, and it's about 120, 125. I'm gonna let it cool down just a little bit more, just to kind of get an even starting point for the cold startup, and I'll show you what goes on as soon as we start it. All right, moment of truth. I let it cool down a little bit more. I put the box fan or barrel fan, whatever you call it, on the front of the car for a little while. Cooled it down a little bit more. It's about 100 now, give or take a couple degrees. So let's see what happens. All right, there's the gauge. little bit of improvement, not much. We'll probably go ahead and do the 2050, just see what happens. See, watch the drops off pretty quick. Alright, that's phase 2, or actually phase 3 of the experiment. So I'll come back whenever we are ready for the 2050. Alright, so as you can see by the time and date stamp that it's been a while. I believe the last several were from December 31st. It's now February 8th. We had some cold weather and I just didn't feel like getting out and being in it. So I had some time to think also that I'm just gonna abandon the experiment, because to only gain 2 psi each time, not enough of a benefit for me to continue. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start pulling it out, the engine, to reseal and get the new high volume oil pump in there. So that's going to conclude this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk at you later.